It's the National Football League on EA Sports. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow, your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. And it's all up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
On first down, it's Watson. He gets it complete to Harris. First carry for Nick Chubb. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Watson. It's brought in by Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
They run again on first down, Chubb. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 10 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Watson now to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Here's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 7 catches, 81 yards. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
Now Burrow on first down. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Bengals at 10-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winner. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Myles Garrett in there to get him. And that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
First down. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Myles Garrett, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decide to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They go up the middle with Chubb, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's got his target, Harris. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A first down there on a pickup of 25. These two teams all tied after 1. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Chubb will try to miss. Now the ball comes loose, but I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
To throw is Watson. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Burrow will throw. It's complete to Robinson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Here's Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 44.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end. This is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Steps away. Going to let one fly for Robinson.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with the victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
He's going to take another shot here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Burrow.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
But now the Browns coming out on the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Watson over the middle, complete. That's Harris.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Again, it's Watson. And he'll just get rid of it. The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 11.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
3 sacks now. It's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
First down. Here's Burrow.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. That's complete to Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.